Hello friends. So in this lecture series, in this particular lecture we are going to learn about the biggest question, the most important question and the compulsory question that is asked in all the programming interviews, and that is how will you reverse a linked list. And not only that, but how will you do it recursively. So iterative method is quite easy, but how will you do it using recursion? And this is the problem, the most important problem that I'm going to tell you and solve it. So it's a little bit tricky, but if you try to see, you will understand it. So this is the code you can see, but let's first try to understand the question. Okay, so given this linked list, so our aim is to reverse it. Okay, so if we are given a linked list, so let's say we go a step further and we are given a linked list. So what we will do is we will try to reverse it. Okay, and how to do that? So this is a linked list and we have to reverse it. So one basic thing is that when we are reversing, you can see that okay, this is the head pointer, so I have to somehow bring it here, so drawing it pictorially, and now I have to correct the pointers. Okay, so this I will remove and make it like this, and then this I will remove, make it like this, and this will become null. So this is what I have to do and how you will do it. Okay, so let's see. So if I have a pointer here, let's say somewhere here, so I can say this is, let's say this is current, so I can say current next. So I can say this is current next. So this is current next and next, so this is equal to current. Okay, so if this becomes equal to current, so I have reversed this. Now reverse these two nodes, but then what I have to remove also this one, so I will make current next is equal to null. Okay, so current next is made null, current next is equal to current, and somehow we have to fix the head pointer. So this is what we have to do, and we have to make this correction at all the nodes, and we have to travel recursively. So now the thing is how we will use recursion. So the thing is that we have divided our problem into smaller parts, but how to call these smaller parts? So what we will do is, and we need to do it recursively and at each node. So what I do is I will have two pointers, so let's say have a red color. So when I have a current here, so this other part is the rest. So somehow I will use recursion and I will call a function with ampersand rest, so that I am dividing the problem now. Okay, so let's see what the code looks like. So what I do, so we have recursive reverse and I pass the head pointer of the linked list. I make first, so that was a linked list first part and the rest part. So if head reference is equal to null, then I return, because there is no element left now, no node left. Otherwise what I do, so let's make a small example here itself. So we have 2, 3, 4. Okay, Do you want a fifth one also? Okay, we don't have much space, but let's have it 5. Okay, we have and start. Now what it says, so let's say we start with this head pointer and we come to this code. Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see the game. Let's use this color. So what happens is we have first, so it is a recursion. So when I'm calling the function first time, I will use first one and rest one. In the next recursive call, I will call first two, rest two. So when I come to the first time in the recursive reverse, I will call it F1, and this is F1, and it is pointing here, and rest is R1, which is pointing here. Okay, and if head reference is this one, if it is null, I will return. So it's not so. So first is equal to head reference, rest is equal to first next. Okay, and head reference is here. Okay, head reference is equal to the first one. Both are pointing to the same one. So now what happens is that if rest is equal to null, so we return, but it's not so. I call recursive reverse with rest. So I will pass the pointer to the rest. Now let's move to the next level. In this one, I come here. This is F2 is pointing here, and this is R2. This is pointing here. So again, what happens? First is equal to, now head reference, so F is here, F2, and R2 is here, first next. And if rest is equal to null, return. It's not so. I call now recursive reverse with the rest. Again it comes here, and let's choose another color. So now what happens is we come here and we have F3 pointing to this one and R3 pointing to this one. So this is the case. Now again, and head reference we pass. R3 is not null, so I pass recursive reverse rest. So R3 is not null, I pass this one. Again I come to node first, node rest. Head reference, which is now R3, is not null, so I don't return. First is now equal to head reference, so let's color it with a new color. So now F4 is equal to this, and R4 is equal to this one. Okay, so what happens now? So this is fine here, and now we have R4 is still not null, so I call recursive reverse with rest, and only few colors are left, so let's use this one. So rest is R4, and now it becomes F5 is this one, and R5 is null. Okay, and now what happens? Rest is null, so it returns. So we come to F4 and R4 level, and our head reference is at F4. So if rest, so we were here, so recursive reverse was already called. So now let's see how the reversal takes place. So these two lines are causing the reversal, and this is causing the head becoming constant. So first is now where? So we are at F4. So first next is this one. First next is this pointer, and we make it equal to first. So I am now doing the reverse. So let's see. So first is F4, next is equal to first. and first next is equal to null. So let's see. So this now becomes a null. So this becomes equal to null and this becomes equal to first. So we have reversed the link, and what happens now, and we make head reference is equal to rest. So now the head reference was at this F4 itself, and now it becomes equal to rest. So rest was this one. So now our head reference is at this point, which is the starting. Now 5 is our starting point. So this is the head reference. Okay, so clear till now? So now what happens? Now we return to the next level, which is F3 R3. So we take the same color. So F3 R3. So now we have this F3 and R3. So now what happens? F first next next. So F3 first next next is equal to first. So it comes here, and now what happens? First next is equal to null. So first next becomes null, and that is gone. So and head reference is equal to, so this one becomes equal to, because it was reversed, so it also becomes equal to head reference here, points to the first one. So we have now reversed two links and made the next of them as null. Okay, so it's changing direction. So now we come to F2 R2, and let's change the color itself. So F2 R2. So now F2 next next is equal to F2 itself. So the link has changed, and now F2 next is equal to null. So this is cleared now, and this becomes a null. So this way this is becoming null, and we have now what? We head reference is equal to rest. So head reference again it becomes, because we are now, this list is opposite way, so rest is now becoming at this point. So now we come to the first level of the function, F1 and R1. So F1 next next is equal to, so we are here, F1 next next is equal to this one, the F1 itself, and this one becomes null. So this is gone now, and now we have this is equal to null. So and head reference is equal to rest. So this head reference also becomes equal to rest. So it becomes equal to this one. So now, and what happens is that this link is reversed. Why? Because if we make things little clear by rubbing it all, so everything like this here are gone, and so we have something like the link is reversed, and we have the head reference here. So this was about reversing a linked list, and now let's see this thing in running the code. So we will run the code. So this is the recursive reverse function written here, and let's run this thing. So we had a linked list like this, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now it becomes 6 5 4 3 2 1. And how is it happening in the main? I insert at end 1 2 3 4 5, so they all went, and this is the head pointer. I recursive reverse I did here, and then print head A, and I got that answer. So this was about recursive reverse. I hope you like it. Thanks a lot.